It's your boy DJ Smelly Dick. Got a fun informational book called "The Impact of Fungi on Man" from 1953, and this is one of my mini biology books that I've politely liberated from various sources. And this was really cool, actually. I didn't realize this. So there's something called a heterokaryon, which essentially is two or more karyon, different karyon. Um, Similar to how hetero is used for heterosexual, meaning standard sexuality of two differences, heterochromia, two different colored eyes. So two is the essentially prefix there. Not always two, that's not necessarily what it means, but two different, I should say. And in this particular instance, heterokaryons can affect one another. So for some mushrooms and for some fungus, such as what produces penicillin, there are chance mutations which can occur, and basically a heterokaryon can mutate. There are essentially what are called septa, which are small, indent-like, almost spherical. Actually, there's a diagram of it. Let's pull it up. There. Markings or separations between the nuclei, and several nuclei can be in these, anywhere from 1 to 100, essentially. And between each divided septa, if the nuclei were to change, but the nuclei actually can, I should say, okay, preface or preamble, sorry. The nuclei can move between the septa and between markings. And so what that means is that the overall, if they were to move between the septa with chance mutation and diffuse between, let's say, penicillin, for example, which is probably the most famous example in the example given in the book, if the chance mutation would produce less antibiotic or would in some way impact the antibiotic to not be as effective to human or any other treated organism, it could weaken the effect of the antibiotic as a whole. So, heterokaryons can then reversely be engineered to essentially be more productive of antibodies, or antibiotics, I should say, and thus a stronger usage or application, for example, for humans. So in medicine, there is apparently I don't know if it's a full study or what it would be, and I think this is a very outdated source, so there's probably a lot more information that I'm not quoting or citing here. But there's the application of essentially, similar to floral or any other kind of horticultural breeding, an increase production for when the heterokaryons are shown to increase antibiotic production or otherwise produce effective or new strains, which can also produce new medicines, essentially, or new antibiotics, I should say. Medicine is just a very broad term to describe that. Of course, there's probably some things that I'm not getting. I'll be honest, some of the lexicon I'm not too familiar with because I'm really not that well versed. I should have taken more notes and paid more attention. But yeah, that's very cool. I didn't realize that. I also have a bunch of other books that I'm slowly reading on. Probably my favorite is, I don't know how I'm going to record this, because I really want to research more, but Neanderthal Man. Essentially what this is a evolutionary biology a pamphlet or study with a hypothesis of different versions of man which evolved. I didn't even realize there was like multiple species of Neanderthal, or I should say ancestors to Neanderthal. That makes sense, but essentially it's predating that. There may have been a point of interaction. Of course, there was a point of interaction between Homo sapiens and the Neanderthalis, as it's currently known, but to what degree, to what extent, I wasn't aware of. And I don't know fossil records if they've been searched, found, or otherwise shown, because this was written in 1953. So, I mean, almost 70 years of history at this point between then and now. I would definitely be interested to study that and see. Anyway, long video for what I normally do, which is just a bunch of bullshit shit posting. But I do hope that you guys like, and if you don't, that's fine too, because really, it's what it is. I've been getting a lot of weird comments. I probably have to eat more meatball subs, so if you watch to the end, that's for you. I will put more balls in my face. Don't worry. Also, people going on about the COVID vaccine. I've got comments that I should die, it didn't work. Well, it does work, I'm sorry to say. Just looking at death rates, say what you want, that's fine. It's your choice, ultimately. Just don't kill anyone. If you get anyone sick, or if you get sick yourself, I can't have sympathy. But at the same time, I understand free will, free choice. A lot of people don't want that taken away from them. I cannot defend that stance or that morality, but I can understand it from a very cursory glance. Anyway, I just wanted to kind of comment on some of the things I saw. I really do love the fact that anyone's watching at all, especially all the way through. I've made some really weird fucking videos. I iterated this once. I just wanted to say it again. So this channel is a dare or a challenge of sorts where I had to make a video every day. It was originally I had to say, wow, like Owen Wilson. I've implemented that into my personal life, but I haven't been doing a video recording of it every day, which I do feel bad about. But, yeah, I just sobered up enough to do some, like, old medical journals that I still had, because I really love them. Anyway, I'm rambling. I don't want to do that. It's been chill. Everyone stay dope. Or don't. Whatever.